Hi, how are you all today? I'm jumping on here today to talk about a problem that many entrepreneurs have, and that is we come up with these great ideas, but we kind of get stuck in launching them. It may take months to launch. Maybe there's something you've been thinking about for years that you would hope to get out, that you want to start in your business, or you want to start a new business, and that you are right now like kind of sitting on because you're like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this, right? Hold on just a minute. I've got to launch this. I forgot to do that, but that's okay. So yeah, I wanted to really come in today and talk about that. I wanted to talk about exactly that situation. It does not have to take months to launch a new business idea you've been thinking about. And so I'm going to share my 3-part process that gets me out of my own head when I'm doing this. And I'm going to kind of give it to you all. I'm just going to put it out there. Ask me any questions you want. Make sure you leave comments. Let me know you're here. And we will answer those questions that you have. So I'm Cami Hoyza, founder of Zoetica Media, a social media marketing agency in Houston, Texas, and also founder of Smart Social Secrets, a social media visibility, I call it a social media visibility program for marketing and communication, PR coaches, and consultants. So if you help others to get seen, I can help you grow your online business. That's who I am. And so it's easy to have these new ideas. I don't know, I get them all the time. So you may have one that you've been thinking about for a long time. Maybe you've even been working on it. And maybe you've been like, in your house, putting together all of the ideas, but nobody really knows that you have this idea. You're not putting it out there. And so what I want to do for myself and for others is to help you go faster, to help you get those ideas out there so that you can get them out there in front of people and they can give you the feedback you need. So there's 3 steps that I take to get out of my own head when I have a new idea. The number 1 is to reach out. Reach out to people that you think might be your ideal audience. And so one of the things that I do right away when I have a really like an idea that's burning inside of me is I reach out to people and I start to ask them for feedback almost immediately. I'm not selling it to them necessarily, although they can buy it if they want, but the idea is that I reach out to them. So I have an idea right now that I'm working on. So I thought I'd bring this on because I'm right in the midst of doing this right as we speak. So it's a good time for me to kind of share with you. I like to do that, share as I go and let people know. So number 1 is to reach out to people that are in your ideal market and actually talk to them, get on DMs, get on a Zoom call, go meet them for lunch, whatever. Hi, Nick, how are you? And just ask them questions, start to talk to them. And so I do that first. And then I just start to, refine the idea from there. And then I set up my email list. So I'll set up a email list and say, hey, are you interested in this thing that I'm thinking about doing? And if you are, get on the wait list or whatever. That's before I even have like a freebie or anything to give anybody. I mean, it's just, you want to start getting ideas if people are interested in this idea or not. And then you want to invite a few beta testers. So once you have your idea ready to go and you have sort of an outline, and by the way, you don't have to have the whole thing built. So we'll talk about that one by one here, but having the whole thing built is not the idea. The idea is to have a group of beta testers that will help you to refine the idea even further and giving them a great deal for it too, like letting them join and for, maybe some money. I mean, I like with my beta testers to have them pay, and there's a good reason for that. Number 1, you have people that aren't just kicking the tires, that are like not saying, hey, I'm interested, but I'm not going to put my time into it. What I have found to be true is that when people put their money into something, they also are more likely to invest the time in it that it takes for them to get it accomplished. Because you want to have those first beta testers have a great experience and become your testimonials for when you launch again to a bigger group. And then guess what? If you go through all those steps and you do the program and you're like, I need to make some changes, then you haven't invested a ton of money. You haven't invested a ton of you may have invested your time, which is great, but you have not invested a lot yet. And you can go back and make refinements to what you're trying to accomplish. Oh, great, Nick. He says he tried out my daily planning method and it definitely makes a day more manageable. That was the 3 things. So you can check that if you go back in the channel. and just check out the 3 things you need to plan. So this is a simplicity process that I want you to put on all of your ideas as well. And that is basically, it goes along the same lines as my planning idea. It's like, you have like this 3-step process. I try to keep things simple. I have to do that for myself because I will complicate things. I don't know about you, but I will definitely complicate things. So reach out to people that are in your ideal audience. Then set up an email list, get them onto your email list. So you will have to have some kind of email list that's set up. You can get ones for free at ConvertKit, MailChimp. Those are my favorites. I like ConvertKit specifically, and you can have up to 1,000 people on that for free. So it's not really going to cost you anything. And then they also have landing pages, which is really cool. So you can make a cool landing page. In fact, in the comments of this particular video, you'll see that I've put a link to one of my landing pages on the thing that I'm working on right now, which is really it's going to be a mastermind community that's ongoing that will be helping you with these kinds of things. So if you're a communicator, you're a marketing person, you are a coach, or you sell something, this is going to be a really great opportunity for you as well. So check it out. But the idea is that we want to reach out to people. We're going to set up an email list, and then we're going to invite beta testers to come in and test for a very low price that they get grandfathered in. And then from that, you get the stories and the testimonials that you need to launch again to a bigger and bigger and bigger audience. So I think one of the problems, so I was also thinking about what stops us from launching. What stops us? Because I was thinking what stops me from launching. And that is really a couple of things. Number one, there's a little bit of a fear on my part sometimes that things won't be perfect, that things won't be fully baked. I feel like people expect that from me. So I'm a little bit worried about like the expectations. So sometimes I'll be like, oh, I want to work on it a little bit more before I put it out there. And you know what? The truth is that you do want to have a strong outline for whatever your idea is so that you can bring that into the public square, right? But you don't have to have it all fleshed out. So once you have your beta testers in your program, you can then, co-create the material with them. So you have an outline, and then you find out what their actual problems are in each area, and then you deliver that. So you can deliver those pieces to them. So I think that can be something that you want to think about as well, is that you're co-creating some of this. I mean, they don't create the content, but they tell you what their problems are so that you can create the content that will help them. Because a lot of times, and I'm just as guilty of this as the next guy, you will give your students too much. You'll give them too much. I have so much content. It's insane how much content I have. And so, I'm tempted to give it everything out at once. And the reason people, pay you or come into a program with you is so that you can simplify it for them and get them a result faster. And really, they can go out on the internet and find out almost anything else that you teach. I hate to tell you, probably what you teach is not novel. Now, the way you teach it might be novel, which is great. I know the way I teach things is a little bit novel, and there's certain people that kind of get along with how I teach and like that. And some people may not like me, and that's fine. I don't care if you don't. The idea is that, you want to attract the people that you can help the most. And so in the end of the day, you do not need to over deliver at first, because it overwhelms people. It does. Like, you want to give them one step, they complete that step, and then they move forward. Yes. So Nick, I do have a platform for my course. I use Kajabi because that was the one, honestly, that was another launching issue. So when I was launching the course, which you took, I was working with Amy Porterfield, and she recommended Kajabi, and I had a Thinkific account. Actually, I already did. And I have a couple of other accounts I could use, but I decided to go with Kajabi at that moment because it got me from A to Z the fastest. So tools are really important, but they're only important insofar as how quickly they help you launch. I love Thinkific. It's a great platform. It's really easy to use. You can start for free. I like that too. So there's a lot of really great platforms out there. The key is pick one and launch. That's the key, right? Is get one and launch. And for me, that's how I did it. And I went on to Upwork as well. And I, even though I could have set up Kajabi because it's not that hard, but I went on Upwork and I searched for Kajabi administrative assistant, and I found Crystal, who ended up setting my entire Kajabi course up for me. So I paid to get it done because I wanted to get it done fast. So I'm trying to like get out of my own head and launch more often and more robustly. And so, I put things into place in my business, and there's always something I'm working on. So for the last year, I've been working on growing my team at Zoetica, and really we have some new clients and so forth. And so you want to, make a bulkhead, launch something, make a bulkhead, grow it, you bring things together, and then make another bulkhead and go to the next level. So these three things: reaching out to your ideal customer and talking to them. And I know that sounds really silly easy, but it's actually what works. Talking to people and hearing what their problems are, and listening when people give you feedback too. I think a lot of times, creators are precious about their creations, and they don't listen to where people are struggling as they are going through their programs or, using their services. And so you want to listen to where people are struggling and then solve for those struggles. And I know you know that, Nick, we do that. So we constantly are listening and refining, and we don't pretend to know it all. And I think that's the other part, is that feeling of needing to be perfect. So I'm just talking about the things that are going to stop you from launching. The other one is tech, setting up the tech, worrying about the tech. That's going to stop you from launching. You really actually only need a Google Doc, maybe a Facebook group, or even like a Slack group or anything. You don't need anything. Like, that's the funny part. You just need. Actually, I have a story about that. When I was getting married, it's been over 20 years ago now. I was in a marriage, class. They had us take a class in advance, and our priest said, "Hey, here's the deal." He goes, "I know you're going to have this lovely wedding. You're going to have a beautiful wedding with all these people. It's going to be awesome. Flowers, all of this." And he talked about this mother of the bride who had been ordered these flowers, and they were coming in on an airplane. And anyway, the point is, he says, in the end of the day, all you need is a bride, a groom, a priest, and a witness. You just need 4 things to get married. Now, we love the party. We love all the stuff that goes with it. But you really only need 4 things to get married. And the justice of the peace if you don't do churches. So, that's all you need, 4 people. And so I think we overcomplicate things. Again, I know people who have launched entire courses just with Google Docs and, unlisted YouTube videos. Totally doable. So, don't let the tech stop you. Again, you want to talk to the people. So I want to bring it back to the people, and how when you create things, you want to create them for your market in a way, and start small. Start small, like launch it. And hey, if it's only 3 or 4 people, 5, 6 people, fine. Work with them for a little bit, grow it, change it, relaunch it again. And then it'll be better. And then you can charge more for it. It's crazy. And plus you'll have testimonials because you've over delivered for people. So that is the 3 things. Reach out, set up your email list, get people on there, like start talking about what you're doing, and invite beta testers to come try it out and co-create with you. So I was telling you, I'm about to launch my Smart Social Secret Mastery Coaching Group. It's going to be a social media visibility program for marketing, communication, and PR coaches and consultants, with accountability baked into it. So we're going to have exactly what I'm doing right now. We're going to be having very simple things that you get accomplished each month. So it's like, we're going to have one thing that we're going to be working on each month that you guys are going to get accomplished in your business so that you can move forward. And there's different levels of it. So it goes all the way from what I call an explorer to a innovator. And, it depends on where you are on that path, what you'll be doing in that month. But we're going to work together as a group to actually get things done in our business. And, if you help others get seen, I'm going to help you grow your business and get seen too. I think what happens with people like us that are out, helping customers, especially service-based kind of businesses, we tend to really focus on our customers and sometimes neglect our own marketing and PR. And so I want to make sure that's not the case. We want to make sure that you are absolutely firing on all cylinders so that you're out there, you're being seen, and that you're actually getting things done instead of just, spinning your wheels. So definitely, if you're interested in that or hearing more about that, because again, I'm launching that in the next couple of weeks, be sure to click on the link in the description and sign up to get information when it comes out. There's no just signing up on that is not going to get you into the group. It's just going to I'll send you an email and tell you what it's about. So that's it. Those 3 things. And yes, there's tons of things that can stop you. There's so many things, but we're going to work on those and help you break through them. And definitely reach out to your ideal clients and ask them what they want. Set up an email list to get them on it and invite beta testers to come into your program. And so that's exactly what I'm doing now. And I just thought I'd share it with you. And yeah, if you have any other information or need any other information, please let me know in the comments and I will be happy to answer them. You can DM me on any platform out there. I'm Cami Chat, and I hope to see you next Thursday at the same time. Bye.